Hey everyone. So last night I read an article right before I was going to bed about everyone's favorite company that just loves to shoot themselves in the foot. If you guessed Nintendo, you guessed right. If you guessed Ubisoft, you would also be right, but they're not actually on the chopping block. They've just been making some horrible business practices as of recently. Anyways, yeah, so Nintendo, big scary fucking Nintendo decides, hey, let's pull our games from the Japan charity event because it uses them in an unauthorized way. Whatever the fuck that means. It probably means that they're showing off glitches, they're showing off, different exploits for these games, and they don't like that. They want their games to look perfect and without flaws, which is fucking stupid. But so if you don't know, there is an event that goes on here in the States. I forget how often, but it's called Games Done Quick. It is a speedrun charity event, and they just speedrun a bunch of games. There's a similar one that goes on in Japan. It is Japan's biggest speedrunning event. It's called the RTA, and it's a charity that benefits Doctors Without Borders. So overall, just great event, and it's just something that everyone, it's just a net positive. So put your little head in the headspace of an executive at Nintendo. It's kind of impossible because you'd have to die and come back to life and just basically be a reanimated corpse. But just try your best. So now you're in the mind of the exec that made this decision. Hey, there's this really good charity event that benefits human beings on like a large scale, but they use our games and they play them on emulators, and they play them really fast with glitches and with speed runs and everything like that, and it's just awful. I mean, it's making us lose money. We have to put a stop to this. Oh my God, sir, you're right. Holy shit. Okay, alert the press. No, don't alert the press. Let's handle this legally. Let's send them a cease and desist. No. We can't send out another cease and desist this month. We've already sent 300. We can't do that anymore. How about we just tell them that they have unauthorized use of our games? That's genius. The article starts by saying, a Japanese charity speedrun series has been forced to pull Nintendo titles from its latest event because the publisher believes the showcase of its games constitutes unauthorized use. Event organizers say that they will now have to ask for explicit permission for each Nintendo game that they want to showcase in the future. RTA in Japan announced yesterday that Nintendo games had been removed from the lineup of its next event, which runs from August 9th through August 15th, after contact from the publisher. According to the translation of the article from Automation, Nintendo said that as a legal entity, they would have to ask for permission in advance to use any of their publishers' titles in future events. On its website, RTA in Japan notes that it was inspired by the American charity speedrun event Games Done Quick, and each event typically benefits Doctors Without Borders. Given the good vibes and tons of money for charity GDQ brings in every year, I imagine most folks reading this would agree that these sorts of charity events are a net good in the world. But Nintendo's got a long history of saying no to public exhibitions of its games. RTA in Japan wants to stay in the company's good graces, so it's complying with the permission requests for future events. While Nintendo's notice came all the way back in June, the parties were seemingly unable to work out an agreement in time for the August event. So who knows how much red tape may lie before those future permission requests. Yeah, all this red tape that they're talking about, I guarantee you, it's like you can't show our games in a negative light. And by that we mean you can't glitch the game in any way. You can't run it on an emulator. You can't live stream it. You can't take videos of it. You can't show any, or you can't have any music playing from our games or anything like that. Because if you remember, I mean, all of music is copyrighted, but that's a different discussion. Nintendo likes to copyright strike people for having Nintendo music in their games or in their YouTube videos or streams or whatever. I tried uploading a video one day and it had a little slice of Nintendo music. It was a bit, right? And right before I hit the publish button, they were like, "Hey, actually, we noticed that you had some copyrighted material. Go ahead and remove that." It was the 3 to 5 second clip of, I think, the Wii Shop channel music. So I had to go and remove it to upload the video, otherwise I'd get a copyright strike or claim or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo said that as a legal entity, they would have to ask for permission in advance. I'm not really sure what that means. Are they saying that Nintendo is a legal entity? I'm pretty sure what they're trying to say is that RTA is like a legal company entity, you know? They have to kind of like Target, you know, basically they're promoting their games. But if that's kind of the idea, what's different than a live streamer playing your game? You know, what's different than a live streamer playing, I don't know, Majora's Mask or something like that on their original GameCube with the GameCube disc and the GameCube controller on a CRT fucking TV? What is different than them streaming that? Basically the same thing. It's just that this big organization is now giving all this money to charity, and instead of one sweaty, greasy guy playing this game in his basement, it's now like 14 sweaty, greasy guys sitting up on a stage playing this game in front of that same crowd of people, but they're all there in real life, so now they get to smell this guy. So now they get to smell these guys. But, you know, like, there's just no difference there. I really don't know what their goal is here, honestly, because it just doesn't, it just doesn't make any sense, you know? Like this article said, this should be like a net good in the world of gaming, but they're just like, no, I don't like that. You actually can't use our games. You can't play our games. What the fuck? How do you expect people to play your games if it's unauthorized use? You paid for the damn thing. Why do you have to get permission from the company to play it the way you want to play it? It's like when GTA 6 comes out. You have to ask Rockstar, hey, Rockstar, can I kill this person? Hey, Rockstar, is it okay if I steal this car? You know, it's like, who the fuck cares? It's your game. You play it. You bought it. You bought it. Now you play it the way you want to play it. I know it's different when it comes to a big, you know, organization like this and versus one individual, but it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. But leave it to Nintendo to do this shit. You know, the company that doesn't print their games on anything anymore. It's all downloads, and you just get a license key. Even if you buy a physical copy, you can't rip the game anymore. You're just screwed. They have just effectively killed game preservation. You want to switch to ROM? Good fucking luck. Because even if you do get one, you'll go to fucking jail. You'll get the book thrown at you. I don't know. It's so silly. It's just so dumb. I've never seen a company so insistent on just letting their games die. Just putting their foot in there so far up their own ass that it comes out their mouth. It's getting to the point where it's silly. And then they said that this came all the way back in June. They said that Nintendo's notice came back in June, but they weren't able to actually fucking get an agreement with Nintendo out in time for their August event. That's 2 full months. That's 2 full months. All they had to do was, hey, we're gonna play these games. Is that okay? Yeah, sure, here you go. You can play these games now. Like, how the fuck does that take 2 months? I guarantee you it's because they probably have, like, you know, a section with, like, glitched speedruns or something like that. And Nintendo doesn't like that. I don't know what goes on in, like, RTA and stuff like that. I never really got into the whole, like, speedrunning community. I see it and I respect it, like, heavily. But I'm not, like, crazy into it, you know what I mean? So I've never really seen what goes on at any of these events. But, you know, I can recognize that it's just a good thing. It's just gamers being gamers, and they benefit everyone. It benefits the greater cause of humanity. So anyways, I just wanted to come on here and talk about this because it made me mad last night. With the last video being kind of heavy, I just wanted to come back and make a bit of a lighter toned video. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, you can give it a like. If you didn't, you can give it a dislike. Any feedback is good feedback. Tell me what you thought about all this in the comments. I love to hear from all of you. If you want to show me even more support, you can hit that subscribe button. It'll be on screen right now. And if you want to watch another video, it'll also be on screen right now. So with all that out of the way, fuck you all, and have a good night.